What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. And so today I'm going to really talk about a game that everybody thought was going to be at E3 2015 this year, and that game is no other than supposedly Resident Evil 7. And now I just want to say that, I mean, one of my videos I was talking about on Resident Evil 7 is that I was talking about it's got over like 300 or 400 views now. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into this. A lot of people tend to read a lot of news articles when they find out that a game, they're trying to find out something about a game. And this right here, what I want to show you, which I don't know why is it, oh no, never mind, it's something else. But it says Resident Evil 7 arrives in fall season and features 3 new characters. Capcom E3 booth features Resident Evil 0 HD remastered demo. So there has been no news of Resident Evil 7 at E3. I looked it up. I went everywhere. One second. I looked it up and went up everywhere, and I have not seen anything about Resident Evil 7. And this is June 17th, 6:40, and today is the 17th, which they put this up today. So the Resident Evil 7 has a lot to prove to gamers once it's released in this fall season, considering how the 6th game did not yield impressively. Details on release date and the characters have also been leaked to give fans an idea of what to expect. Another title in the franchise, was Resident Evil 0 HD Remaster, also gets some footage from Capcom, as well as reported hands-on experience from demo booth and at the E3. The release date of Resident Evil 7 is easy to remember as I'm stop doing that. Okay, as it has been recently reported on this site, which is Venture Capital Post. Where was I? On the site. Where was I? Oh yeah, on the site. Okay, on his site, that is going to come out around the same time as Halo, at the same time as 343 Industries Halo 5 Guardians. While it may seem like there is a possibility of stealing away gamers from another, the two are obviously in different genre in which is likely to have separate supporters. Duh. Fucking duh. Who said that they... Oh my goodness, yo. So pretty much, and it goes on to continue, it says, when it comes to the characters, Resident Evil 7, Alice has been rumored to return in the release, okay, look, Resident Evil 7 has been rumored to return in this series, in this release. What are you talking about? Alice, correct me if I'm wrong, but Alice was never in the Resident Evil game series, from what I remember, at least the main series, from that matter. Who said that? Who made up this? Who leaked this? Who found out about that? And it goes on to say, at the same time, speculation goes about saying that there will be two new female characters, and a total of 3 to be added. And another news article talks about another entry in the Capcom franchise, which has been Resident Evil 0, and goes on to talk about that. Fans who took part of E3 had the opportunity to try out the game at E3's booth. So at E3, the only thing Capcom had when they was able to play Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 0 demo, the remastered demo. And it says Resident Evil 7 will be launching this fall, which near the release of Halo 5 Guardians. On the other hand, Resident Evil 0 HD Remastered will come out for PS3, blah 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 blah, sometime during 2016. Now, let me just say this, you guys. I'm going to go into this one, which this one is Venture Capital Post, and this one is What Culture. So let me just say this. If there was going to be a game, if they was going to release Resident Evil 7, they're going to release it or announce it or whatever. I should say announce. They probably will, if there is such thing as a Resident Evil 7, they will announce it here. at Gamescom. This is the Gamescom schedule, I believe. Events for gamers. So Gamescom is going to be, Gamescom 2015 is going to be on August 5th to August 9th. And it's going to be in Colog Exhibition Century Massive Square. Okay, that's this place in Germany, to be announced. It's cost, how much it is. Now, and these are the times they are going to be on. Now, I rather believe that supposedly Resident Evil 7 is going to be here before it gets talked about here. I don't believe this because I never even heard of this, blog site or whatever, let alone what culture, which don't believe it, you guys. I mean, I'm not saying get your hopes up or anything like that, but doesn't mean when something gets leaked online, it doesn't mean when people are talking about something a lot, doesn't mean it's going to be Resident Evil 7. And the reason why I say that, because a lot of people thought Revelations 2 was going to be Resident Evil 7. Because people on YouTube were saying, and also in these type of blogs, they said that the next Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 7, is going to have Claire Redfield as a playable character, which was highly requested for fans, for the developer to return to that character. And don't, because first they said that, okay, Resident Evil 7 is going to have Claire Redfield. Now they turned around and said that, okay, the next Resident Evil game, which is definitely Resident Evil 7, is going to have Claire Redfield again in it. No. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be negative here or anything, or say that this game doesn't exist, but this game does not really exist until it gets confirmed. I mean, like 10 big rumors that will save the franchise, and it's just, damn. Ooh. But don't believe this. I mean, if it didn't get, and by it, another thing about it says, okay, I'm gonna read this right here. It says, although Resident Evil 6 sold more than 5 million copies, the game missed the sales target. That's what happens when you mess with the formula basics, piss off the entire core fan base. Even Capcom basically admitted it as such during a 2013 conference call, when it admitted that the game was unable to significantly appear to users. So, and then it goes on to say, whatever Resident Evil 7 ends up like, it clearly has a lot of work to do to turn on the tide of bad feeling. Now, first of all, I'm not gonna say Resident Evil 7 wasn't a bad game. It was not a bad game. And you even got people right here that are saying that this is the worst list I ever read on here. A tie to the movie will save the games, and that doesn't really. I agree with that person, because this doesn't make sense. Why would Alice from the movie be in the game, which is a totally separate storyline? I mean, it follows the story a little bit, but it doesn't follow it completely. That would be stupid if Resident Evil 7 does have Alice in it. They can have somebody probably like resemble to her, but not her completely. That is dumb, you guys. Don't believe what some of these people on YouTube are saying, because they're just probably saying that just to get their fan base up a whole lot more. And I'm just telling you honest truth. I'm not being, trying to be negative or trying to knock anybody off or anything, but just when this game gets announced, then it gets announced. Because this game didn't even show at E3. And here's another thing that I'm going to show you. I'm going to type this in, right? Hold up. Type Resident Evil 7. Right? And it says here, I just already looked on it. It says Resident Evil, where's it at? No. Resident Evil 7 coming out at E3 conference this June. So let's check this out. Resident Evil E3 this June, conference this June, gameplay, news, updates, and rumors here. That's all it is. All of this is a big ass rumor. That's all it is. None of this has been confirmed by Capcom. I actually watched the PlayStation coverage, which the day after E3, and they was actually talking about Capcom games, and none of the games was really talked about. None of the games was Resident Evil. So, and if there is proof out there that Resident Evil 7 is happening, please point me to the site or the blog or the vlog or whatever it is, because right now I've been looking out over for news about this game, and all I've been coming back to is the same old shit. It's just June 16, 18. E3 is over, you guys. Even though we got like one more day until E3 is like officially over or so. But this game has not. Now, if this game was real, it would have got a trailer during E3. You know, either Xbox would have the trailer or either Sony would have the trailer. Just like they announced some games at Sony press conference, but which will also be on, you know, Xbox games console. I mean. But and then like Resident 7 wishes and all that kind of stuff. It's like anytime you go to a website and this is Latinos post. Anytime you go to a website and it has like shit like this, all just like fake ass looking articles, I don't believe it anyway. Now if it was coming from Kotaku, then maybe I'm not saying I would completely 100% agree with them, but Kotaku is a bit more, you know, well known for getting out, you know, information that might be close to the real thing rather than these guys. So, and this is like E3, and then this fake ass trailer came out like a year ago or so. And then it's Resident Evil slated for fall to release. So that is the new rumor that is going on, which is fall. It's coming out this fall. How is this game coming out this fall when this game hasn't been announced? Now I see if now it'll sound more better if people saying, "Oh, this game is going to get an announcement this fall." But don't sit there and say that this game is going to come out this fall when the game hadn't been announced. A game has to get shown first and announced first before you get a release date. You don't just sit out there and say, okay, for example, Bethesda said, okay, Fallout 4 is coming out 2018 or whatever, even though it's not. The game's coming out 2018. And they don't even give you gameplay footage of it or even any screenshots. They just announce a release date before they even show the game, a glimpse of the game. That doesn't make any sense. That is the most fakest rumors you can ever have. So when this game gets announced, then I'll believe it. But don't sit there and believe. Don't sit there and believe that okay, this game is going to come out this day, this month, this year, when the game hasn't even been announced, let alone a trailer for it. That doesn't make any sense. You don't announce a release date for a game before you show the game because you don't know what you're buying before it's even shown to you. So anyway, guys, that's all I really got to just go ahead and talk about here, you guys. Just don't really believe this stuff until it really gets announced from an actual official Capcom account, because a lot of these people on YouTube are just speculation about this game that hasn't even been out yet. And so I can say, guys, just don't believe it. It's probably a big-ass rumor, and you know how rumor goes around. And doesn't mean everybody on YouTube is talking about it. Doesn't mean it's real, because most likely everybody's following everybody on here. So I'll see you guys next time, and I'm just telling you guys the truth. This is the honest truth that I would tell you what I think about it, because I've seen all this happen before. So just like everybody thought Fallout 4 was coming out in October when it's November 10th. So I was right about that. So... But then you guys see you guys later on the next one. Keep calm and play video games. And yeah, peace out, man.